All right, guys. So, you know how they say that everything is written, our life is written, that's the way it's supposed to be, and that is it? Well, they're right. But what they don't understand is that whatever is written can be changed. See, that's what's interesting, guys. Um, every event, every story comes with more story, comes with more events. Every action comes with more action. So basically, like, if you tune into something, it comes with other things that are tuned in with it. Let me explain a little bit so you guys can understand this a little better. Like, so in life, we kind of connect to things, right? So let's say your life is story number one. Okay? We have another life here, story number two. All right? If you are tuned into story number one, it's written because on this frequency, the past and the present and the future is all written, right? Unless, now the only way to change that is to actually be present in the present, but we'll get to that, okay? So story number one, which is a frequency, comes with everything that is with that frequency. That means the things you experience, the things you see, the way you think, the way you feel, the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you do everything. Story number one comes with that story, comes with that frequency. So like, if I was to predict your past, I would just see how you are and kind of be able to predict that way. Oh, this is how your past was. This is how your actions are going to be unless you change it, right? So that frequency comes with that past and future. That's pretty crazy if you think about that. So then if you tune into story number two, there's another past and future. But human beings, we have to look at it as we're all this energy that's connected to each other. So if one person or one consciousness tunes into a frequency, let's say frequency story number one, it'll connect to all the past and the futures that is connected to that frequency, to that soul. When they say you connect to a soul, if you connect to a different soul, you're gonna connect to the past and the future of that soul. Guys, this is deep, okay? Now, you can change what frequency you connected to. That means if you change your present, your future, and your past, boom, changes. Changes, just like that. It's hard, it takes work. You gotta really believe it and embody the feeling and the act and everything about it. But once you do that, the past and the future will change. Because everything changes. When I say past and future, is because the past and the future exist in the present. So like if you were to, let's say someone is to predict your future, though depends what your present is, they'll be able to predict your past and your future. But if you're coming in, tune into a different frequency to that same person who will try to predict your past and future, there's different past and futures. Because at that moment, you're tuned to a different frequency. Okay? So basically, you can change the story you're connected to, the story that you're living, all right? Now, how do you do that? Okay, first of all, you can't change something unless you're aware of it. You can't change your personalities, the thing you don't like about yourself, unless you're aware of it. Awareness is the first step to change. So, to change to a new future, you gotta first be aware, right? Make your mind aware of this new future, of this new story that you want to live. So you got to understand there's many different stories, but each story comes with its own past and its own future. Every single one, every story, every frequency that you're tuned into, it comes with its own story. So, each story connects to more stories. Guys, this is so deep. Understand that if you change your present, the way you think in the present, your past and future changes because everything exists in the present. If you go from here to here to here, it does not matter. You could change it. Okay? So connecting to different souls, different frequencies, the words to describe it don't really matter. Understand that you can just move from one consciousness, use your consciousness to move from one idea to the next and live it. It's crazy, okay? Now, you got to start being aware. So that means like, as your day, you live your day, you work, whatever you do, you come home, start thinking back about your day. How did it go? How did I react to things? Because understand that while you're living, you're 90% subconscious. So you don't even know how you act 90% of the time. Now, if you're in the feeling and at that emotions, at that moment, you're really not paying attention, right? So in order to kind of be aware of how you act, it's crazy because we behave all day. And if I asked you, how did you behave most of the day? You won't even know. That's insane. Really think about that, okay? So go home and then start thinking back of that day. How did I behave? In the morning time, how did I get up? What mood did I feel? Why? Okay, I went to work. What was I doing at that time? Was I paying attention, looking at things, thinking about something, feeling some type of way? And just go step by step and you'll be aware of how you behave. And with awareness comes change, okay? And when you become aware of the past, you start to realize you want to change some things. So over time, what you're going to do is you're going to start connecting to a new story. You understand? But you got to feel that and go over everything at the present. In the present, you could change the past and the future, but you got to connect to it in the present. That means turn everything off and just think about your day. Guys, it's a few minutes. It takes a few minutes. Just go over your day. And then after you're done with that, you can start thinking about your future. And eventually you start to feel it and embody it. And you start to connect to the souls and the frequency that think like that. So guys, understand, change your present and you will change your past and your future. Isn't that amazing? Have a good one, guys. See you on the next one.